All right, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I am hiding out in my room trying to have a few minutes before baby cries to film for you a postpartum update because it's been a while and I am 7 weeks postpartum and I cannot believe it, almost 8 weeks. And I cannot believe how quickly this time has gone, but I also feel like everything just happened yesterday. So I'm gonna just dive in. I don't want this video to be too long. So for those of you who are new, my name is Marla. I am now a mom of 4. So my little baby, Liam, he is about 8 weeks old and it's been, let's just say, insane. If you didn't watch my labor update, a very quick summary of everything was we had some complications at birth. I was required to have a hospital birth instead of a home birth because of the complications. The birth itself was insanely traumatic and wild, and we were in and out of hospitals for the first couple of weeks with the baby and some of his health issues. We have been home now pretty steadily for a while. I'm going to do a baby update separate, so in the next video, and I'll update you on everything to do with the baby. But for now, I'm going to stick to myself. I'm going to go over all of the symptoms that I had and what I still have and what's kind of resolved. So early postpartum, I had major soreness for a good 2 weeks at the epidural site and also at the sterile water injection site that I had done, which was not supposed to happen, but I did have those. So I had some back pain. I also did fracture my tailbone. They had to actually break it during labor to get baby out. So that still hurts so bad. And I'm going to get TMI here again and say that even to have a bowel movement, the pain is horrible. So I always, like, when I go to the bathroom and have a bowel movement, I'm almost in tears from the pain of my tailbone. And it's unfortunately just something that has to heal over time, but it's been hard for me to get it to heal because I'm sitting on my tailbone a lot, nursing and doing things like that. So my tailbone has been something that still hurts and I think has actually gotten slightly worse. So that's been fun. I've also did get, again, TMI, some hemorrhoids postpartum as well. So those have been a little bit uncomfortable just because of the pushing process. It was a lot of straining down there. But aside from my back and tailbone, a couple other things that I did have obviously were like the pain, you know, in the stomach that you get, the postpartum contractions, all of that abdominal stuff. I did have a 4 and still do have a 4-finger gap diastasis. So my abdomen are still separated by 4 fingers, and I will go into what I've been doing for that. My pelvic floor was pretty weak, but way better than I thought it would be after 4 kids. And I did not have a prolapse during labor, thankfully. So it actually was a lot better than I anticipated. So that's been good. I also had, what else? Oh yeah, so I had all my weight that I had gained during pregnancy, which was actually just a small amount, was gone the next day when I gave birth. It was all baby weight. And so once he was out in the placenta and the water, I was actually I weighed less than I did when I started, getting pregnant at the beginning. So that was good. But another thing that I did have was extreme like dizziness, anxiety, and I also had pretty bad depression. So those were some of the main things that I had postpartum. Thankfully, I did not have any like postpartum hair loss or acne. I know with my other kids, I had major like body odor, sweating. I didn't have that this time. I do get some night sweats, which is like a hormonal thing. But other than that, thankfully, no hair loss, no body odor, nothing that is, a result of that. So that was good. So where am I at now? And I'm sorry, I feel like I'm running through this really quickly, but I only have a few minutes before he needs me. So where am I at? Okay. I am in a much better place in a lot of ways. So just a few weeks ago, I felt like I was in the trenches. You know how you get when the baby's really little, you don't leave the house, you're just nursing. You're not sleeping, so you're out of a routine. You just feel like you're not you anymore. I still feel like that to a little, to a degree, but it has improved so much. So the past couple weeks, things have gotten better. My depression has improved. My overall tailbone pain has improved. And my anxiety and just those things have really gotten better. And that has helped me a lot. So, what am I doing? The first thing that I've been doing is working out. I have been pretty good at staying consistent. Even if I only have 5 minutes, I will use that 5 minutes and get some kind of workout in. I'm not doing anything crazy. I did get the go ahead to start using some weights and start kind of going back to how I used to work out, but I don't feel good doing that. It is embarrassing, but like I can't do a push up. I try, my abs are too weak. I, try to lift some weights and I still get shooting pains through my pelvic floor. So that are all signs to me that I'm not ready. So what I have been doing is really light pelvic floor workouts, just really gentle squats, and some like upper body things, as that doesn't put a lot of pressure on my pelvic floor. I'll do it sitting down, but just really gentle workouts. But I do work out almost every day, and I also have been doing a lot of walks. I find that I can't go too far before I start getting pain and really out of breath, but I have been still going for it and just getting some exercise. That has helped not just with my weight, but to start toning up again and to start working on closing up my diastasis recti gap. With that, it has improved my mood just working out, and that has helped a lot, because something that I realized I had is called dysphoric milk ejection reflex. So every time I would breastfeed, I would get severe depression, and I still do. I feel so low. I have thoughts that I'm like the worst mom in the world, that my kids would be better off without me, that I can't get anything right. And I know in my mind that this is not true, but it's a feeling I get nonetheless, and I can't control it. And I was wondering why I was not enjoying breastfeeding. And this is the first time that breastfeeding has actually been going well. With my other kids, they were not able to nurse. There was latch issues and tongue tie issues and things, and milk supply issues. This time, my milk supply still is not great, so I still have to supplement him, but he does get a lot. He nurses about 70% of his meals from me, and he latches great. And so it's really sad for me, because I'm so excited that nursing has been going well, but then every time I do nurse him, I feel horrible. So there's just like this mixed emotions around that, and it's something that I'm still experiencing, and I get so down and upset when I breastfeed him that it affects me for like an hour after, and has been really impacting my day. So I've slowly started giving him more bottles, just because I'm like, I can't go through my day feeling this horrible when I'm working, when I have other kids that I'm homeschooling, I have a baby to take care of, a house to take care of. So that has been a lot. It's been overwhelming. But I am breastfeeding, and that's been going good. But overall, moving my body, exercising has really helped my depression just overall. But I do also still have this trauma and this like, I don't know what the word is, but I have this trauma around my birth and what all the things that happened with my baby, and I haven't like accepted it or come to terms with it yet, and I haven't really gone through it and really went step by step what happened to really process it all. And that's something that's still at the back of my mind and I think about a lot. And there was a time during my labor when I was in the trenches and really horrible and not doing great mentally, when the midwives went and had to rest because we were at it for so long, and my husband had a rest, and I felt so alone in that moment. And now when I'm breastfeeding in the middle of the night all alone, I get those feelings coming back. So that's been a challenge. It's been really overwhelming to experience that. So I'd say the main lingering symptom from my labor and delivery is honestly just my mental state. That's been the hardest. I also find that with my postpartum depression that I feel better when I'm like with one or two people, but as soon as I'm with a large group of people, I get really depressed, and I'm not sure why. I don't want to be alone, but I also don't want to be with a lot of people. So I'm trying to hang out with friends in like groups of one or two, go for a walk with my friend or something like that, so that I'm getting that social interaction without it being overwhelming. So that's my mental state. My physical state, like my body, like I said, I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight. I'm working out, so I feel good there. The only lingering pain symptom is really my tailbone. Otherwise, everything's good. And then in the breastfeeding department, like I said, I'm nursing him as much as I can. He gets a bottle at night. Usually we'll get one during the day during a consult. But overall, he's mainly still eating from me most of his meals. However, he has started, and I'll do this in his update, but he has started eating about 160 mils per feeding, and I don't have that much. So now I'm noticing I'll nurse him and he's still hungry after, and I then have to give him a bottle. I'll do that. I'll talk about that in his update. But otherwise, breastfeeding is going good. I haven't gotten mastitis or anything like that, so I'm feeling good. There's no nipple soreness or anything. So Otherwise, aside from the dysphoric milk ejection reflex condition, breastfeeding has been really good. And that's where we're at. Now I am back to work. Went back to work September 6th, and this has been something that has been a wild adjustment. Him needing me all the time. He's in this phase where he's been like this since he's been born, and I think it's because of all the stress he went through at the start. But he cannot fall asleep unless he's attached to me nursing. He is not really happy with anyone else for too long. He just really wants me. And so I'll be in a consult with clients, and then all of a sudden I hear screaming, and my husband can't settle him. And I feel so like stressed out. So it's been really hard getting back to work and homeschooling and all the things, the demands of life, while having this little human that is so needy right now. He's not really in a routine just yet, and he's still very much just attached to me. So trying to accept that and come to terms with that has been hard, but I'm really proud of myself because there was a period there when he was having seizures and things. You can watch his other baby update to understand what's been happening if you haven't. And when he was having seizures, they were mainly happening while we were driving. And so I would not drive with him or go anywhere. I just pretty much stayed home with him. But the past couple weeks, I've been getting more confident to go out because his seizures have been improving. And so I've actually been going out with him. I would go shopping with him. I'll do little errands here and there and just kind of start getting some of my normal life and my independence back. And that's been really good and helping me feel a lot better too. So those are the updates. Overall, I'm doing really good. I feel like my hormones are pretty balanced. Again, I'm not having any hair loss or acne or any of the symptoms I did have with my other ones. And I'm so grateful for that. At least right now, it's been pretty good. I will end with what I'm taking supplementally. So as far as supplements go, I am on omega-3, like a cod liver oil. I'm on a beef liver capsule. I'm taking probiotics. I'm also taking some glutathione for detoxing still from a lot of the toxins that I had during labor. And then what else am I doing? I'm on some homeopathics, and then I'm on superfoods like medicinal mushrooms, moringa powder that I'll throw in my smoothie, and then adaptogens like maca or ashwagandha for my thyroid and adrenals. That's what I'm taking. As far as sleep goes, I'm not really sleeping too much at night. I think I get anywhere between 2 to 4 or 5 hours. It's somewhere in there. It depends on the night. Some nights are great and I'll get a full 5 hours, broken up, but a full 5. Other nights are horrible and I'll get like 2 hours broken up. But I'm functioning. I do try to take a little nap here or there during the day if I have time. So overall, things are good, and I'm just happy to start getting back into a rhythm and a routine. I've been cooking a lot, and baking a lot, so just getting my own food in again. I feel good overall, and I'm really happy with how things are going, and I'm just excited and really soaking in every minute of this stage, like absolutely loving every minute of him. Even during the hard nights, I'm still sitting there looking at him like, I love you, and I'm like in tears about how much I love him. So it's been so good, and I really am so grateful. I can't complain. There's not really anything to show with my stomach. It's back to how it was, so I'm just back at my normal body weight size. I'm in my pre-pregnancy clothes again and everything, so really grateful for all that. So I'm not going to show the bump or anything because there's nothing left to show. But thank you everyone so much for all the well wishes, the check-ins, the messages, asking how baby and I are doing. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We're doing better each day, and I'm going to continue to update you on our journey whenever I have the time. Stay tuned for the baby update as well, and I will talk to you all soon.